record it's the 4th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Pele Yoetz.
Okay, so
Okay.
morning, Mayor.
Good morning. Well,
Good tov, good tov.
okay. Let me get my book.
Let's see. So, oh, we were doing Eitzah. We were doing Eitzah, and we got up to 199.
Oh, okay.
It is virtuous. So, Lou, would you like to continue for us?
It is virtuous for a man to give wholehearted, sound advice, even to his enemy. The Sefer Hasidim wrote that one should do this either to satisfy even the demands of heaven, or because his friend will be suspect of him, abandon his counsel and do the opposite. As such, he will have his retribution. Even if a person suffers damage in an effort to bestow goodness upon his friend, he should not be concerned, because God will repay him a double reward in return. If a person wants to protect himself, he should not give inappropriate advice to do so. Rather, he should avoid giving any advice and say, "I have no wise counsel, you must ask someone else." A person should listen to all advice, reflect upon it, and seek to find divine assistance. One should pray to God that he will guide him with proper counsel. The counsel of God will stand.
Okay, so let's just chazir this over again. It sounds like he said some interesting things over here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Muted? I mean, I'm frozen?
No,
Frozen. Okay.
no, you're okay. You were
I'm
frozen for
okay.
me.
Okay. All right.
What is on? Are they starting now, I think? Yeah.
Yes.
Alan's having trouble getting in.
Here, just a moment. Give me the phone, please.
I'm talking to Joan.
Oh,
We could talk to her.
Joan. Yeah, the meeting ID. Do you want that? I'll give it to you. The meeting ID, the number for the meeting. Got a pencil? 846 0139 4353. All right. He should have that somewhere. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, unfortunately.
Oh. better?
Oh, if you got us, yes, Rabbi said.
Okay.
Does Ella know what to do?
Roy, tell her I sent him a link.
Okay. So in any case, Roy's dealing with the situation, and if he sees that you sent him a link, Lou, so then he's got two drachim to get on. Okay. So Tiskel mitzvahs.
Amen.
Okay. So
Excuse me, Alan had a fall last night and he broke
Oy.
his nose, and he's got to have to have some plastic surgery on his ear.
Oh yeah.
Bandaged. So, but he's trying to get in anyway.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so just going over this paragraph that Lou already read over here. This is the last paragraph. He's got an interesting subject over here, giving advice to one's enemy.
Rabbi, you're echoing.
Oh, wow.
We get two for the price of one.
Okay, is that better now?
Yes.
Oh, yes, much better.
Okay. So Pele Yoetz gives advice to us how to give advice to your enemy. What type of advice do you give to your enemy? This recalls the story of anyway, let's just say the Pele Yoetz for the time being. So he says,
just a technical question, Rabbi, about the English,
yeah,
the translation. My English says the Sefer Chassidim wrote that one should do this either to satisfy even the demands of heaven. I'm wondering about that word even. What is that doing in there? Is that a correct translation?
yeah. Let's see what he says in the Hebrew. Roy la'adam litain etza toiva b'kol liboy, afilu lesono. Okay, so he should. It's proper. It's proper and appropriate for a person to give sound and good advice, even to his enemy, someone who he hates or who hates him, whatever. Ukamosha kosev sefer chasidim imishum kedei letzei sidei shamayim imishum shechavero yakshedu v'yaniach atzato v'yaseh lehepech ubezeh yinakim b'menu.
So I didn't hear a filu again in that second sentence.
Well, what he means to say that this is what the Pele Yoetz is saying over here. He should, the afilu is going on that he should even give he should give sound and proper advice with with all his heart, even to his enemy. And he says this is brings from the Sefer Hasidim. This is for one of two reasons. Either because kedei letzei sidei shemayim, meaning that lifnim mishuras adin, it's beyond and above and beyond the obligation of the Torah. The Torah's obligation, apparently, according to the Sefer Hasidim, is that you're required to give good advice to a fellow Jew, but not if he's your enemy. I don't know why. That's a whole separate parsha. But that's the reason why the Sefer Hasidim is saying over here, let's say Sidei Shemayim, which is another way of saying that you're not required Mikra Din. But of course, we've said this before, that everything which is, let's say, Sidei Shemayim, really what that means is that after 120 years, the person's going to be asked, how come you didn't do that? So really, it's the thing that has to be done, either for that reason, even though he's your enemy, or he says the other reason, because he'll do just the opposite, knowing that suspecting you of giving him bad advice, and then he'll do the opposite, and then he'll whatever happens will happen, and then the and like that he will have his nekama from the person. Don't know. It's a rather curious thing to say. Also, why is he shouldn't have in mind to have revenge from this person? I don't know. It needs a little bit of explanation for that as well. But as far as the translation, the English translation, what's it saying over here?
Could you put in over and above for that, even the demands of heaven, over and above the demands of heaven?
Wrote that one should do this either to satisfy even the demands of heaven. So what's the question exactly? What's the
well, you answered the question. The question was, what's the word even doing there? And the answer is, it doesn't belong there. It's not in the Hebrew.
Yeah. Okay. What did you ask, Roy?
To substitute over and above for that, I was going to say, I wrote that one should do this either to satisfy over and above the demands of heaven, or something like that. Doesn't quite work out.
Well, it's not over and above the demands of heaven. It is the demands of heaven.
Well, you said Litei Mishuras Adin.
So we take out the word even altogether.
That's what he said. Kedei l'tzeis yidei shemayim, in order to satisfy the demands of heaven. It's not. In other words, the demands of heaven would be to give this person sound advice.
Right.
I'm not sure really exactly why it's only the demands of heaven. Actually, I mean, you don't have to give advice to a fellow Jew because you don't like him. I don't understand it really. I would have to look into Sefer Hasidim itself. He probably goes into the matter about giving sound advice. So I'm not sure exactly what the issue is over here. Then he says something very interesting. Even if through the giving the good advice and the pursuing the good of his friend, the giver of advice himself will seem to have sustained a damage through that. Al Yahush, he should not be worried or concerned for that at all. Ki b'schar zos Hashem yishalem lo toiva kafula. Hashem will pay him back. He won't suffer any loss. There's no such thing as one person causing another person a loss in this world. Hashem will give him double the loss that he thinks that he sustained as a result of giving that person good advice. And he says, and if you don't believe me, and you, he didn't say that, but I guess, oh, here comes Alan.
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem. Okay. Welcome, Alan. Can you hear us?
He's muted.
You're muted. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Welcome, Alan. We're glad to have you here. Feel better?
Yes, you have a refuah shlema.
Oh, Shalema, Alan.
Okay. So, but if he wants to be concerned for this,
Oh, excuse me, Alan, we're on 199. On page 199, the last paragraph of advice.
yeah, if he wants to be concerned for this possibility, this perceived nezik that he's going to damage that he's going to suffer as a result of giving good advice to this other person, so he on that account he certainly shouldn't give him improper advice. That would be an isser. That he would not be allowed to do. But he says he could say to him, I don't have any advice for you. I'm sorry, you'll have to find someone else to give advice. And like that, it's interesting. I would have thought that would have been a nullification of the obligation that he has to give a fellow Jew good advice. I find that to be a tremendous chiddush, but okay. He says that he says that if he's worried about the possibility of loss, so then he'd be allowed to do this. Okay. Interesting. But he told us before he really shouldn't have to worry about such a thing. He should rather be talking to Hashem, and Hashem will certainly. There's no such thing in this world as losing out as a result from doing a mitzvah. There is no such thing. So the person is lacking in bitochen and in emunah in Hashem if he's worried that as a result of giving good advice, he's going to lose out. But nevertheless, the Pele Yoetz tells us that technically speaking, if he has a problem with that, he's worried about losing out from doing the mitzvah. He could refrain from doing the mitzvah. To me, it's a tremendous chiddush that he could be allowed to do that. But
don't be concerned by my bandage on my ear.
I didn't even notice it.
It's hanging down.
Oh, I see now. Yeah, I see.
Very, very nice. We should all come and sign it.
I took a little slip in the bedroom and
Good.
got
Are
home.
you planning on going to Rabbi Baum's shir today, Alan?
I'll see why.
Well, I just want to know because of your injury. If you're
No,
gonna
I can do it and I'll be all right.
okay.
Has Rabbi said anything yet?
He sent a message on Friday saying that it'll be Sunday unless I tell you,
Oh, okay.
and I haven't seen anything more.
No, okay. My adventure, I'm feeling okay.
Baruch Hashem.
Okay, here we go again. That the Pele Yoetz concludes over here. He says that a person should listen to all advice, reflect upon it, and seek siyata d'shmaya, divine assistance. And he should daven to Hashem that he guide him with proper counsel. So here's another time I'm pointing out that he mentioned this, that
Yeah,
that
the
we
previous,
ask Hashem to give us an Eitzah Tova. So
yeah,
Roy
on
asked
198 it says a good advice, and here it says, what does it say, divine assistance? So what's the difference?
oh, what? Yeah, okay, very good.
This
Okay,
person must voice his prayer before Hashem that he should guide him with good advice
yeah,
and misfortune. And then after that, it says a person should listen to all advice, reflect upon it, and seek divine assistance.
right.
One should pray to Hashem that he guide him with proper counsel. The counsel of Hashem will stand.
Yeah, in the I'll just in the Hebrew, I don't think you have that duplicity. It just says kol ha'etzos yishma. All eitzos that are given, he should listen to. He should hear what they say. He should hear them out. And then v'yisa v'yitain b'davar. And then he should deliberate on the matter. What is the good eitzah? V'malei b'koino v'malech b'koino, and he should seek counsel with his creator. V'yispalel elov. She'isakneu be'etzah tova. That and daven to him that he should give him Eitzah Tova, that Hashem should give him Eitzah Tova, milfonov, like we say in the Hashkivenu prayer of the evening that we saw the other day. V'yatzas Hashem hisakum, and that he finishes off. Our translator, he did say ultimately the Eitzah of Hashem, what the hashgacha will be, is what Hashem has decreed. Whatever Hashem has decreed, that is what is going to happen. Atzas Hashem hisakum. That will be what will be, and that's for the good, because everything Hashem does is for the good. Okay. Very, very good. And now we go to a round of applause for Eitzah.
Hey.
Advice. And now we go to Arev, the guarantor. We go to Mayor to continue the reading, please.
Arev, a guarantor. It is written in, you can hear me, okay. It is written in Mishlei, it will surely be bad for one who is a guarantor of a stranger. Our sages in Yevamot commented, evil after evil will come upon the guarantors of Zion, who are subject to the initial demand for repayment of loans for which they were only guarantors. Nowadays, according to common practice and market protocols, the situation is almost the same. A person who lends money with a guarantor and does not want to adjudicate his claim with a delinquent borrower and take restitution from his properties will immediately demand payment from the guarantor. The lender argues that he only lent the money based on the guarantor's assurance. There are even some lenders who explicitly make a condition that if he wants, he may collect from either one. This is genuinely a difficult situation for a person, especially if he's going through a challenging financial times and is now being asked to give away his wealth for others. He will painfully grit his teeth and regret 1,000 times the mitzvah which he did. Wow. Huh.
Okay, so the Pele Yoetz is he didn't come out and say openly that to a person, if you'll take my advice, like we just got through saying, don't be a guarantor for anybody. He didn't want to. He brought to bear from the sources and in the real life that it's a difficult matter. It's a very difficult matter. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that we have to look up that Gemara. Evil after evil will come upon the guarantors of Zion. Pele Yoetz understands that Gemara Yevamis is talking about somebody who guarantees the loan of a borrower who doesn't pay. Okay. Okay, let's see what he says. He's got a lot more to say over here. Maybe he's going to say more over here. He certainly will.
Wow.
It's a very long paragraph. Why he didn't split it up? Oh, it seems like it's not split up in the Hebrew either.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so whoever wants to take their portion of this is welcome. I guess we're up to Roy to continue.
Okay, I'll read just about half of it. A man finds himself conflicted in this matter. If two people go together to a different city for a market fair, and people ask one of them if he's prepared to be a guarantor for his friend, now if he says no, then he has terminated the livelihood of his friend, for the lender will conclude that the borrower is not trustworthy enough to lend him money. Therefore, one must assume the responsibility of guaranteeing the loan. Nonetheless, the upright path, which is a mark of honor to the one who walks upon it, is not to be a guarantor without collateral. Or he should say to the lender, you know that I would not be a guarantor even for the king. I have assumed this policy because of swindlers. This is what he should do. If a person's friend comes and asks him to be his guarantor, then if he has money, he should say yes. If not, he should tell him things similar to the ones just mentioned. He must publicize the matter in such a fashion that everyone who sees what happened will understand and not be upset by his refusal. It is not proper for a lender to ask someone to be a guarantor in the presence of the borrower, or to say to the borrower, if you will bring me so and so as the guarantor, then I will lend you money. By doing one of these things, he is forcing his friend to be a guarantor against his will and not for his best interests, either because of shame, honor, or just to maintain peace. This creditor has violated the dictate of the Torah in Vayikra 19:18, and you shall love your friend as yourself. Do not do to your friend that which is reprehensible to you. However, if he wants, he should go to the other party, not in the presence of the borrower, and without his knowing money. And I'll stop there, though. It's not a good stop. It's still level 2.
Fine. Okay, so here he's talking very, very practically. The refusal to be a guarantor could cause his fellow Jew a loss. He won't get the loan. So he suggests a whole Seder Advorim, a protocol to how to what to say and one of the things he says is that the upright path is not to be a guarantor without collateral. In other words, if the borrower is putting down collateral, he's stipulating that that the loan is subject to collateral. I guess what that means is that if he does in the event that he doesn't pay, so the lender will be able to take the collateral as opposed to taking from the taking money out of the guarantor's pocket.
I'm not a business person, so I don't understand then what's the difference between the collateral with the borrower using his collateral to pay his debt or paying his debt full stop. So say he's got money, say he loaned 100 shekels. So if he hasn't got 100 shekels, he might have something that's worth 100 shekels. So what's the what does he need a what do you call it? A guarantor if he's got collateral?
What does he owe? So what do you need to have the guarantor for altogether? That's a good question. I mean the lender, the borrower wants to make sure he gets his loan, right?
Mm.
The lender says, you ain't getting any money out of me unless you give me both the collateral and a guarantor. So he's got no choice. He's got to get both. Or in the other scenario, if the borrower approaches the guarantor and says, can you be my guarantor? So he says, I'll tell you the truth. I'm very happy to be your guarantor, but I have one condition. The condition is that you put up collateral. Then I'll be your guarantor. That's what the Pele Yoetz is the guarantor.
So collateral could be something like an object that's worth 100 shekels.
Yeah, the person that would rather, yeah, the borrower, the collateral should be worth the value of the loan, and the borrower doesn't want to part with this item, but he needs the money, and he doesn't want to go to a pawn shop and get the money by giving the pawn shop this family heirloom or whatever it is that he has over there that's worth money. he'd rather not do that. He'd rather just get the money and then figure out how he's going to pay it back. And so we understand why we understand the whole institution of collateral. That's the condition of both the lender and the guarantor. So that's the eitzah of the Pele Yoetz to the guarantor. Alternatively, if that's not an option, then the would-be guarantor will say to the lender, you know, you just know that I'm not a guarantor. I don't do that. You know, even for the president, even for President, what's his name, I wouldn't do it. Right? So like that, he's not casting any aspersions on this individual who seeks a loan. He's saying that it's not about him, it's about me. And that's what the Pele Yoetz is saying. That will solve the issue. Now the guarantor is not put in a situation of having to risk the loss of his money that he doesn't really have. That he doesn't have any more money than the guy that's borrowing the money, also that doesn't have any money. Neither one of them has any money. But so he can't really afford to be a guarantor, and so but he has to figure out a way in order to do so that he won't cause a fallout to the borrower. That's the eitzah of the Pele Yoetz. Okay.
I got up to a little below halfway. I suppose if the first word in the line is probably to go back is however if he wants. Let's sort of backtrack.
Yeah, I guess we'll let's go from there. However, if he wants. So far, what he said is that oh, that was the other thing that he said, that the creditor should not ask a third party to be the guarantor in the presence of the borrower. Or even to tell the borrower, if you'll get Plony to be the guarantor, so then I'll do it. Because that's not fair to the guarantor to put him in that situation. It's even a violation of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, he says. So now, when we start with however, we're talking about, so what is the lender to do? He's also in a quandary, right? Even though he has money, but nobody likes to just tzipata their money and waste it on somebody who doesn't able to pay back. So he wants to make sure he gets paid back. That's his right as well. So what is his what can he do? So the Pele Yoetz has an eitzah for him as well. However, if he wants. Alan, please continue.
Yeah. Okay. Which paragraph is it now?
It's the below the middle of the paragraph in 200.
Okay.
The first word in the line is however. It's a capital however, capital letter.
Okay.
It's the only capital letter in that line.
However, he wants to go to the other party, not in the presence of the borrower and without his knowing, and ask, are you willing to be a guarantor? If not, then I am not prepared to lend him any money. If he says he does not want to be a guarantor, then this person should say to the individual who desires to borrow money from him, I only accept cash, and I refuse refuse having someone else to be a guarantor. If a person has assumed the role of a guarantor for his friend, he must quickly pay the debt. For if this person will fault on the payment, his friend's anger will be kindled against him even more than if he was obliged to pay him for his own debt to him. This is because, in regard to one's own debt, the lender will say, "What could the son do who needs money and does not have what to pay back?" But in regards to being a guarantor, the lender will say, "Why have you sullied me? Why did you enter this provocation by being the guarantor? If it was on your confidence that I would benefit your friend and do harm to me. How could you do this? A man is not allowed to prefer one life over another." The guarantor responds, "You should have taken collateral from the very beginning. If you trusted the borrower, what does that have to do with me?" And the lender will answer,
Oy
"If
vey.
not, if not for you, I would not have had faith in him and wouldn't have lent him the money at all. As such, the good and upright thing for a person to do is not to push the lender to go with the borrower to court for judgment and bankruptcy proceedings. Rather, the guarantor should pay the lender right away and then seek reimbursement from the debtor. On the other hand, if a person did not explicitly assume the position of a guarantor, but was a partner or two people who borrowed together in one contract, and one paid his half while the other party did not, it is not the way of men of integrity or the righteous demand of the other party payment as a guarantor. What has he done, or what could he have done? It is sufficient that he fulfills his part. This is profound principle for a person who wants to consider his business affairs with integrity. He should not follow the letter of the law, but rather that which is upright. By doing so, he will find grace and good understanding in the eyes of Hashem and man.
Goodness.
Okay. Very good. Very interesting. So yeah, that's so that's the if somebody becomes a guarantor, then the Pele Yoetz is saying it's improper for him to refuse to pay his obligation. He's obligated to pay, and he should therefore pay the lender right away the money that the borrower did not pay, and then he'll have the headache of trying to get the money out of the borrower. So really, the truth of the matter is that the it's the guarantor who's taking the risk over here, not the borrower, and not the lender. The lender knows he can get the money out of the guarantor. That's why he lent the money, and that's what he tells him. So he says, "Listen, you can't not pay me. You have the money, and you should pay, and then you'll just have to get the money from." You'll have to get you'll be the one that has to get the money from him. So really, he's the one that really did the real mitzvah of making sure that this port as well and the loss. But
Okay, very good.
that's what we got so far. Yeah, all the best to Mayor. It's time for Mayor.
Okay, everyone should have a good week and a good day.
All the best, Mayor.
Okay, thank you so
Be well,
much.
may you learn
Okay.
well, enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, see you soon, Rabbi.
We'll be back. There's Hashem.
All right, see you soon, Alan.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in any pain?
Pardon me?
Are you in any?
No. No, it's okay.
Oh, hang on, Lou.
It bothered me last night,
You can
as she was putting the stitches
turn
in.
off the recording if you like.